Oh, I can never wear that. Oh, who are you dressing up for?
I gotta say, like, you know,
You can. Let me show you how.
hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about personal style and how you can achieve it. I tried to break it down into steps that are approachable because I know that a lot of information is probably thrown your way in terms of tips and tricks on how to finding or achieving your personal style. And I wanted to make this video for anyone who might be just starting out on their journey, or they already are on their journey and would just like to expand their resources, and just perhaps, or hopefully this will be some new information for anyone who currently on their journey and is closer to discovering what their personal style is. So I have my little notebook and I'm going to get started with just first explaining personal style and like what it means to me. I think that a lot of people can agree. I don't know, you can feel free to disagree with me, but I feel like that'd be kind of weird if you don't like this feeling. But I'll just speak for myself when I say that when I like my outfit, I feel unstoppable. I feel like there's nothing I can't do, and like the best version of myself is represented in this piece or this outfit that I'm wearing. So for anyone who wants to continue to feel that way or has achieved that, and you know, you would like to share your own tips, please make sure that you comment below, of course, after you like this video, because it really supports my channel. And you could also come visit me on Instagram and TikTok, because I of course dwell even deeper into what personal style is to my personal brand. And if you resonate with it, then you can of course come follow me there. I would love to have you as part of the little community, especially since we are growing here. So let's get right into the tips. Step 1, get very clear on which pieces you like the most, that you feel the most comfortable wearing and that you feel very confident wearing. And then make sure that you declutter anything that you just don't wear. Like, you could filter that out by going through your closet and looking at pieces and knowing when you bought it, how often you wore it, what you can wear it with, how long it's been since the last time you wore it. And for me, my rule is if I haven't worn it in a year, or depending on if it's just like a seasonal piece, you know, you might have to factor that in depending on how many seasons are in your specific area. I have all 4 seasons, so there are definitely some pieces that of course I don't wear because I can't exactly wear a tank top in 30-degree weather. Like, there's layering techniques to it, but am I gonna go for a sweater or am I gonna go for a tank top? Probably a sweater in winter. So, you know, just make sure that you factor all those things in so you know what you're keeping with you, so you can wear for the next season, for the next year. And if you know that you didn't even wear it for that season, then, you know, that's a clear indication that perhaps this is time to resell it or donate it. Something more sustainable. I hope that it's not just thrown away, because that's something that an old version of me used to do. You know, sorry, we learned. We're taking accountability here. And now I used to resell my clothes, or attempt to resell my clothes on Depop. Maybe I'm just not the best at it. Yes, I've received like success with it, but I think given the time and the effort that it takes to actually post on Depop, I'm gonna be real honest here, like, I cannot keep myself accountable for doing all of that, especially when I have work. Like, I work 2 jobs. So if you're in the same category as that, I know how it could just be so daunting. But I know that there's also another side to it where people really love reselling on Depop, whether they're really passionate about vintage pieces and sourcing that and then having their own Depop page to do that. That is totally something that is them and is so great. I've found amazing pieces with these Depop shops. Same goes for like Poshmark too. Just whichever reselling site that you gravitate to the most, I would just go that route. Or something that I'm definitely going to take full advantage of, because as you know, I am an influencer. I do receive a lot of product, whether it is clothes, skincare, beauty, tech, just all of the above. If I can resell it, I'm definitely going to, because it's just physically impossible for someone to have that much inventory and utilize all of it. Like it's just physically impossible. So what I am definitely going to take advantage of, and something that my friend recommended that she did, was to sell my clothes at a consignment store. And what's great about that is that, you know, you have the option to have whatever they can sell put towards a credit for the consignment store, so you could shop with them directly, or they have an option for you to just have cash up front for you to do whatever you want. And I'm like, let's do that. So that is something that I would highly recommend when you are clearing out your closet, because you want to be able to have enough space to be able to like see the clothing that you have and the pieces that you know you're going to continue to wear for a long period of time until you're ready to replace it or move on or resell it. So that is definitely something that I would recommend being your first step to figuring out your personal style. Definitely declutter first. Have a clean canvas. Like, I don't mean get rid of all your clothes. I just mean get rid of whatever you don't wear, don't really like see yourself styling anything with. You know, do your own process of elimination and see what is just taking up space and what you actually utilize. And that leads me into my next tip, which is to figure out what you need, like something that is of immediate use to you. So really just get clear on what you're going to wear most, whether it is for your job, if you have a uniform and you need to find something that is like appropriate with that. So let's say, for example, a pair of trousers that you have to wear with your company's top, you know, make sure that it fits all of your standards in terms of comfort, fit, appropriateness level. I don't know. Hopefully you get what I mean. But if you can find something that meets all those standards, get more of that, so that, you know, you don't just have one pair and you like wear it into the ground. It's something that I feel like you wouldn't have like buyer's remorse from if you know that you're going to wear it, obviously, and you're going to take good care of it because it's part of your uniform. So that's just like one element. Another staple I think that should just be in everyone's wardrobe is like fitness athleisure, something that you can work out in. If you like leggings, if you like flare leggings, if you like working out in sweatpants, just whichever you gravitate to the most, that you know that you're going to wear 3 to 5 times a week and fits with your certain lifestyle, whether you like doing yoga or you dance or you do HIIT routines or you do home workouts. Like, just always frame it around what your interests are, which I'm going to talk a lot about later. So that's like the fun part. This is just like the bare basics. And speaking of bare basics, underwear as well. If I could use a broad example, I have worked with them, but just not on this video. Like, nothing is sponsored in this video. Skims is like one of my favorite, if not my favorite place to buy underwear, because the fit, the material, the comfort, the color variables, it just hits all the points. Like, especially the fit. Like I said, like it's like, I feel like it's the most talked about factor to Skims that makes it so coveted, is because the fit is just so good. Like, most times I will have to size up with my underwear, but with Skims I can order my true size, and that, I don't know, I feel like it's like underrated, like how much I actually like care about that, you know? So tip number 1, getting clear on what you need in your wardrobe and clearing out anything that you haven't worn in a long time or no longer suits the type of style that you see yourself wearing. Those 2 things first, and then we can move on to the second. Step 2 is what pieces match to your interests and your passions. So this is where you can really dive deep, have a little self-reflection. A lot has been changing, And you know, now that we're in 2022, this is really the opportunity for you to make any improvements. Of course, I know like you can make any changes at any time that you want. It doesn't have to be a new year for you to be like, I'm gonna change everything about my wardrobe. Like, no, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. That's not what I'm saying. Like, literally, you could start today, you could start next week, you could start next year. Whenever you are ready to make a change, like, just let it flow. Do not force it because some influencer told you to. Not to hate on my community, but I'm just saying, like, the only person who should determine whether or not you want to make a change in any aspect of your life is you. So, what do you like? What are your hobbies? What do you do in your free time? Do you relax more often? Do you like going out with friends? When you go out, do you mainly go to dinners or do you go to the club, and do you party? And when you do go out, what do you like to wear? Do you like to wear something that is very classic, or do you like to wear something that is very like statement worthy with glitter? And I'm like, seriously, like when I say glitter, I am definitely talking about me. So it all just like comes down to your preferences and what you look to, you know, especially when you're looking for inspiration. I'll bring up the example again. If you're having a night out and you don't exactly know what you want to wear, where I typically go is Pinterest. So I will scroll through a Pinterest of like night aesthetic and see what people are wearing, and whichever evokes an emotion from me, good, bad, or indifferent, is what's going to determine the vision that I'm going to have for the outfit that I want to wear for the occasion. So definitely like listen to yourself, and you could always take inspiration from influencers, creators, fashion icons, music, like anything. If you know what the vibe is, like I'm that person who will always do a vibe check before I'm going anywhere, because yes, I like to wear whatever I want, but I also do believe that there is a time and place for everything. You know, you gotta have that balance, or at least that's the rule that I apply to my own fashion choices and when I'm putting together an outfit. So, you know, just think about those things. That's just the tip of the iceberg, and figuring out what your interests are and dressing to the occasion that is appropriate to you, you know, not appropriate to anybody else, but appropriate to you. You are your best judgment, you know. After you figure that out, I definitely recommend figuring out like some keywords to the personal style that you see yourself emulating. And when I say that, I mean, like, don't stick to a certain aesthetic, or at least I want to say you don't have to. I would like to think that we're in a stage now where we can embody several aesthetics. I know before, when like the term aesthetic was being used like a comma, myself included, I thought like, okay, I gotta stick to one aesthetic. And that's definitely not true. I feel like you are really cutting yourself short if you think that, you know, you should only be sticking to one aesthetic. Like, that's not. No, you don't. No, you don't. Maybe like learn about the aesthetic, try it, see how you like it and for how long, and then don't be afraid to move on or add something else in. That's totally fine. And you can dissect that by which eras you feel the most excited about. Like for me, it's like 90s aesthetic. It's 90s model off duty. I absolutely love the vibe that I get from Pinterest and Tumblr and even like certain pieces of music. So all of that tied together, I don't think embodies just one aesthetic. So neither should yours. If it does fall into one category, that's also fine. It's just, you know, allowing yourself to have the option to change. People are allowed to change. So after figuring that out, you know, you have your other basics, which is like, what are your favorite colors? Other things are like the type of fit. I know personally for myself, I like a balance of form-fitting and baggy. I love the baggy trend. I love low-rise jeans. I talked about this in my previous video when I was talking about my 2021 favorites. So if you want to go check that out, the link will be below to check that out. Another thing too, if I could touch on activities again, for the longest time, well, For most of my high school, actually no, that's such a lie. For elementary, middle, and high school, and a little bit of college, I was a dancer. So a lot of my style is influenced from dancewear and, you know, like pink tights, wraparound shoes that resemble like point shoes. I really like the type of knitwear that goes with dance apparel, wrap skirts, just all of those things. You'll see a common theme in my personal style because it's what I grew up with, and it's something that I really come to love quite easily because it was such an ingrained part of my life. So that's something to totally reflect on if you had any like sports that you were in, or if you were a dancer, or if you were very immersed in academia, you know, you loved reading, you loved being in libraries or bookstores. Like, that's definitely something you can attribute to your fashion choices. It's really like a lot of things you didn't expect to be something that could translate into an outfit, but it absolutely does. Like, I think that that's totally true of, you know, making music a contribution to like a certain vision that you're trying to create. I think that that's really fun to play with, and is something that is so unexpectedly a benefactor to finding an outfit that you really, really enjoy wearing and you feel good in. So that's the entire point of it too. You need to feel good in it. Sorry guys, had to pause for a minute. So you're starting to drink some water. Last thing I wanted to touch on is also fabric. You know, if you like wool, if you like mohair. I know mohair is like really popular right now. I'm actually in the process of trying to find like a good mohair sweater just because of the look of it and the feel. You know, it really depends, especially if someone might have like allergies, you know, certain fabrics might not work for you. I know with like certain types of wool, like it's quite itchy, so I wouldn't recommend like going down that route if, you know, it's not something that you enjoy wearing. It should be like a clear indication that, you know, it's just not your thing, and your body agrees. So definitely listen to your body in that aspect for sure. And yeah, just think about like your favorite materials. Like, I love silk, I love faux leather, I like the mohair material. I think it looks very dainty and feminine. So that's something that you can definitely use to narrow down what you already have in your wardrobe and what you are planning to buy moving forward. That's something that I apply to my own practices when it comes to revolutionizing your wardrobe or like getting a new wardrobe. Well, first see what you already have, you know, something that might not have been trending then but is trending now, you might already have in your closet because it might have been like an old trend that was brought back. Definitely do that before you spend any money, because I feel like when people think about updating their style or, you know, just discovering their new style, they might get intimidated because they feel like they have to buy all new clothes, and that's definitely not the case. So I think it's something that, you know, you should first at least find in your closet first, and if you don't have it and if you keep thinking about it, you see a piece that you really like and you're able to take a step back and say, do I really want this? Go that route. You know, don't just give into the impulse buying and think, okay, I gotta buy everything now, because that's something that I had to learn, of course, the hard way, because it's the only way that I do learn, unfortunately, but whatever, it's just my process. So something that I think myself and a lot of people have succumbed to and had to grow past was impulse buying, because, you know, every day we are flooded with advertising and clothing pieces that look really great on camera, but when you get it in person, you're like, why did I buy this? It's just something that you should be able to like take a step back, go through your rule of thumb, or like go through your boundaries of making a purchasing decision. Like, get very, very choosy. Look at the reviews if they have it on their website. See what people say about the size and how it feels and how it fits on the body. Little quick tip, if the model is sitting in the garment, don't buy it, because I heard it a very long time ago, so I don't remember from who. So guys, take this with a grain of salt. But what I heard from someone who was talking about, you know, certain marketing techniques is when a model is wearing a garment and they're sitting down, it's not showing the true shape of the garment. So just something to note when you're online shopping or you're shopping in store or something, just make sure that you can see the garment in its true form. We want to try to avoid buyer's remorse, essentially. So any way that we can do that and become very selective with our purchase choices, the better. I am taking all of the input on that. So if you guys have your own tips that you stick to when it comes to making a new purchasing decision, comment below for sure. Next, I think I already talked about eras, but we can even like touch on like with certain cultures and like your own heritage. So mine is mainly European based. It's Italian, Portuguese, and German. So if I could think about like Italian style, it's very like, I don't even know how to describe it, but it's just something that like if you've gone to any part of Italy, I find that it's very chic. Everyone looks like they're a Gucci model, like, or at least in my experience, that's what I saw. So it's very refined. They're not afraid to show skin, and that's something that I definitely emulate in my own personal style. I'm not afraid to show it. But I will say, I think when people are at the point where they do not care, they're gonna wear whatever they want, they're gonna wear whatever makes them happy. It's just be prepared that you will become a mirror to people who will receive that in a positive way, and also people who will receive that in a negative way. And usually that comes off in a very passive-aggressive type of comment, such as, oh, I could never wear that. Oh, who are you dressing up for? For that,
Twirl on the haters.
because it's just you serving as a mirror to someone who is insecure about their fashion choices and feels like they can't wear what they want to wear, which they can, you know? But some people don't want to see that. Just don't be afraid of that. Don't be afraid when people feel like they can question your personal style. If it makes you happy, that is all that matters. I know that that sounds very cliche, but it's true. It gets back to my main point with saying, when you like your outfit, oh my gosh, you can feel unstoppable. Like, you can tell me how you feel when you're wearing an outfit that you really enjoy wearing and when you feel very confident, and tell me if it's not worth it for any type of backlash that you might receive. The passive aggressive comments are just so surface level. Like, they don't matter. I just wanted to touch on that because I know that when people finally step out of their comfort zone, they might get faced with that feedback, and sometimes from people that they least expect, and it's just something to prepare for. And this just goes beyond personal style. It's just like when you like step out of your comfort zone and decide to be exactly who you are and your true authentic worth. And yeah, people who are not at that level yet are going to question that. You know, it's not something to shy away from. It's basically like a test to yourself to say like, yeah, am I truly unafraid to be myself? And then it's your choice whether or not to say yes or no. It's just something that the universe is going to present itself to you until, you know, you can finally confidently say, yeah, I am worth wearing this mini dress to the club. I am worth wearing glitter to the supermarket. Like, I hope that you see what I mean. It's not that deep, but it is kind of deep, you know? Okay, that kind of went off a tangent with like cultural stuff, but basically just determine it with any of like your cultural background, and if any of the styles with that resonate with you and that you want to implement into your personal style. And then my last tip is to pinpoint the 3 vibes that you resonate with the most, at least at the moment. Like, I'm not going to say to commit to these 3 vibes indefinitely. Just at least observe it, and if it makes you feel a good feeling, hey, explore it, you know? See if it's something that you can turn into an outfit or turn into several outfits. You can do so much with just 5 pieces. It's really just something that you can allow yourself to be imaginative and let your creativity reign supreme. Expressing yourself should be a really good experience. Like, it's not something that should be rooted in societal expectations and making sure that you're always on trend and having the most expensive clothes. Like, you can make a $5 thrifted outfit look like a $5,000 outfit from Prada. You can. You could even make it look better. It all just depends on how you are able to bring yourself to the garment. You know, the garment isn't wearing you, you are wearing it. And so long as you kind of stick to that philosophy, I think that it's going to be a much easier and seamless road depending on where you are in your journey with finding your personal style. So once you have like those 3 vibes, I recommend that you create a vision board. You could do this with PicMonkey, you could do this with Canva. I love using Canva. There are even like some apps out there where it's like a manifestation vision board app. It's really, really cute. I think that it's something that you could have a lot of fun with. I mainly find my imagery either from my own photos, you know, if it's something that like you've taken photos with, a certain outfit that you really, really like, put it in the vision board, use it as a guide. So make your vision board. I love going through Pinterest. You know, Pinterest itself is a vision board, at least in my eyes. So that's definitely something to really utilize. You can find inspo from anywhere, you know, find your favorite quotes, find your favorite music, find your favorite influencers or creators, models, poets, anything that you want, that you feel attuned to, put it on the vision board, because it's going to serve as a guide and a reminder of what you like the most and what you like to implement in an outfit that is supposed to resemble who you are. I would also recommend following people on like social media, or just staying close to people that you might know in real life who you really enjoy their style. If I could use any examples, Daphne Blunt, amazing style, like her visions are so clear. Another one is Chase Marie, love her outfits. It's another example where I say that, you know, the garment isn't wearing her, she's wearing it, and she looks amazing for it. I applaud her for her fearlessness with her outfit choices. It may not exactly be my own fashion picks, you know, it's not my personal style personally, but I love her style. And I think what you can take away from it, like, you just know when someone has really great style. And it doesn't have to be your style specifically, but what you can learn from it is the certain elements that she uses, the colors, the materials, the textures. It's just something that you can apply with all of your own preferences to build an outfit. And another thing that I really like to look at are videos of just like random people and their street style. You can find so many videos on YouTube, or definitely TikTok and like in Reels, why not, of people who will just go up to anyone with a really good outfit and just ask them about it, you know, ask about the details, where they got it, what is the inspiration behind putting this outfit together. So it's just something that you can really build a knowledge and a strategy around, so you're not just throwing everything at the wall and seeing what sticks. And then just my last note, I already like touched on it, but I just want to bring it up again, that, you know, don't be afraid to be snobby. Don't be afraid to be very selective with your choices. Don't feel pressured to have to get something. Like, you know, if everyone has the latest YSL bag, you don't need a YSL bag. I think the 2 bags that I use the most are my Jacquemus bag, which is an investment, but it's not a heavy investment like a YSL bag is. And because of my career in influencing, I was able to attain a Jacquemus bag because I was in a collaboration with Farfetch. So just based on your circumstances and your budget, you should be able to attain the pieces that you truly, truly want in your own unique way. But then like my other bag, on the other hand, is a tote bag that I received with a purchase. You know, it came in the tote bag and I use that thing every single day. That's definitely something that I would highly recommend. And if I could use another example, I recently, this was for New Year's Eve, one of the pieces that I was so excited to wear was this blazer from SLA The Label. It is called the Paloma blazer, and I guess to the naked eye it would just look like a glitter blazer, but when I tell you that it is like the most intentional glitter blazer, like I am not kidding. And like the way that this blazer just sparkled, oh my gosh, it was just insane to me that a blazer could exist and look like this. Because when you think about glitter, you typically think about like sequins, or if it is like true glitter, like that shit's gonna go everywhere. That to me is what I mean by being very selective, because Yes, I've seen tons of glitter and sequin blazers and they all looked very tacky to me. I could not validate the price because it just looked like tacky. It looked like something I could get from Party City or something, which I don't think they sell, but whatever. If it's not exactly what you want, or it's not something that exceeds what you want, don't get it. If it is not a hell yes, it's a hell no. And also I think like the pieces that are meant for you will find you. Like truly the best pieces that you have a sentimental attachment to will come to you. So that's where I will leave off with saying, just trust the process.
This is like all over the place. I'm really sorry.
Obviously, I want to hear all of your feedback about this and if it has helped you in at least seeing a path ahead in wherever you are in your personal style journey, because I definitely want this to help whoever is looking for more resources. So that is all of my tips for today. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure that you like and comment below what you learned from it or any tips that you would like to share yourself, because I'm always trying to learn about this. Personal style is something that's very personal to me. So I feel like it's something that should be celebrated and liberated. So yeah, I don't know what else to say. This video was a little more difficult than I thought it was going to be, but I hope you guys found this very useful. And of course you could comment below what your favorite tip was, what you were going to do going forward with your personal journey, and I'll see you guys in my next video.
I'll see you on Instagram, TikTok, and subscribe. I'll see you. Goodbye. Bye.